Welcome back to SmarkTank Revolution. We are the Know. We happen to be at Rhode Island Comic Con this weekend with the genetic freak Scott Steiner, a legend, one of my personal favorites. First off, how you doing, Scott?
Oh, surviving, man.
Yeah?
Same old.
So the last time we talked was in a town called Framingham, Massachusetts, I believe about a year and a half ago. The climate of wrestling's changed quite a bit since we talked.
Yeah.
And they're kind of doing some of the stuff that we were talking about. You were saying that, you know, it needed to distinguish itself from WWE as pertains to AEW. So, are you a fan of the current product?
Of what product?
AEW.
Well, they're obviously giving the fans what they want to see because they're selling out arenas. Like last time we talked, that was in
Chicago.
AEW was what we talked about.
No, it wasn't.
So that's surprising in itself because you know, when we were at WCW before, the execs at Turner, they had nothing to do with professional wrestling. The only person that really wanted professional wrestling was Ted Turner. But we had to fight those guys. Even though we were the highest rated shows, even when the Braves were winning the World Series, they did not like professional wrestling, which is crazy to me. It's all about TV ratings, ain't it?
Right.
You're a TV frickin' company.
Absolutely.
You don't care about ratings when we're, you know, so it made zero sense. So that's really surprising that they got back on TBS, TNT, you know, so. But I guess that's a connection with Tony Khan has with one of his best buddies at the network, so. But that's surprising in itself, but even before they even got a TV, they sold out Chicago, which is crazy. I've been wrestling, what, 20-some, 30 years, and it's never happened before. So they definitely got the pulse of their fan base, because. But they're going to find out that, you know, 3, 4, 5 months down the line, like that TV, man, it eats up talent. So that's one thing that they're going to have to contend with.
Yeah, and I remember you were a big proponent. We were talking about some of the things was that, you know, you really didn't get the sense that other companies were there for the boys. And
fuck,
right?
Hell no. I mean, Vince. I mean that WWE is a charade. It's a fraud. They talk about, you know, equal, you know. I mean, you got a black guy right here out of camera.
Yes, I do.
They're talking about, you know, equal rights for a black man, but then you got the biggest racists actually come out saying the word and they hire them back. You know what I mean? And admits on camera, oh, it could be a racist. They hire them back. I mean, if I was those guys, I mean, some of those guys were pissed.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. I mean, are you kidding me? So, yeah, it's.
But don't you agree that sometimes things are said in the heat of the moment? I mean, do you really consider
the heat of a sexual moment? That was there was no heat there. It was, you know, he's
so you feel
in bed with a wife or
that's his true feelings.
Yeah. So you know, it's you know the whole climate about it is like they have anti-bullying campaigns. Yeah. But their whole base, their whole pay scale, their whole way of operation is a bully system. Like you do what we say, or you're not going to get paid. I mean, everything is a charade, man.
I mean,
you know, now that, like when I first started coming out, everybody said, "Oh, you're bitter and all this." No, man, I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. Now everybody else, like these other guys come out and they're saying basically the same thing I've been saying. Like that was like 10 years ago.
Yep.
So you know, like it's nothing to be bitter about. It's like I'm telling the truth. The same thing with this, you know, where they have us, you know, independent contractors. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like he's paying off somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's not even. I mean, it's not even an argument that's worth even get into. Because you know, if you can't go to another company, you're not an independent contractor.
Right. Agreed. And that's anywhere.
I mean, it's so cut and dry. It's like it's laughable. So he's paying off somebody. You know, as well. Then his wife is in Trump's cabinet. So, like, I mean, you really think they give a shit about the wrestlers? You know what I mean? You can tell they don't. I mean, they're, you know, ever since AEW came along, a lot of these guys have like tripled their pay.
Right.
So you should have been, instead of thinking, oh, this is great, it's like, no, you should have been paying that
before.
In 2000, you know, I mean, as soon as they bought about WCW, all everybody's pay went down and never brought it up, you know. And then, I mean, comparably speaking, you got NFL, you got the NBA, they all got TV contracts.
Right.
So in the NBA, they're almost like a 50-50 partnership. I think the players are 49%, 48, something like that. NFL, they're further behind that, but they get percentage of the contract. The wrestler ain't nothing close to that. I mean, that are coming in contract talks. Like, they just got $1 billion for what, 5 years for Fox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's unreal.
As far as $1 billion, like
it was $4 billion for Fox.
So, okay, so NBA, NFL, they get $1 billion. How many $20 million players do you have? Like quarterbacks, like almost all of them, like 32.
Right. Yeah.
Then you got other players that are making 10 million, 15 million. Like, where's that on the wrestling side of it?
No.
You know what I mean? It's the pay scale is so whacked and so, towards Vince's favor. It's like, I mean, he's not even treating, that's not fair labor, So.
Yeah, and like I said, you're still in phenomenal shape. So, and I've seen you, work in independent shows and whatnot, and that's a great thing is that now, especially AEW has proven again that there's really more places to work.
Right.
For people to make their living, and you're still in demand. I mean, we're still huge fans.
Right.
What would it take to get you into an AEW ring?
I don't know, man. I can still wrestle.
Yeah.
It's like, I definitely can do something behind the scenes and stuff, Or I'd like to, maybe be like, Jesse the Body, be an announcer, But
oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Jesse.
Yeah, he was great.
I knew him pretty good when he came down to WCW, so I liked the way he was on the stick, So, but I don't know. It just playing my options right now. Like when I went down to NWA because I know Billy Corgan through a buddy of mine, we're good friends. Saw him in concert a couple times, so he invited me down. So I went down there. I mean, it's a studio show. It's kind of like where I started out with Dick the Bruiser up in Ohio, Indiana, and then a lot like Memphis. That's the same kind of vibe we got. But I mean, and it seems to be working. They're getting some good ratings too, So, like I said, there's a lot of places to be working right now. There's different outlets, different styles, and Billy has a vision he wants to portray out there. So, and so far it's working. So.
But besides conventions, where can we catch you?
Man, I don't always get on Twitter unless I want something piss me off.
Talk some shit.
Yeah. But I go to a lot of independent shows, so sometimes I'll put on Twitter where I'm going to be at. So I don't know, just gotta pay attention.
All right, well, we'll keep looking for you.
Hold on a second.
My brother, the man behind the camera, what you got to say?
Quick question. You had some interesting thoughts on like the WWE Hall of Fame. So
everybody asks me.
Yeah. No. So the question I have for you is, do you believe that there should be a shrine for Hall of Fame wrestlers in some sort or some capacity at all?
Yeah, if it was there, where is it at? You know what I mean? We know Macho Man's statues in Stephanie's bedroom, Flair's statues in Hunter's bedroom. So it's where does it go after WrestleMania weekend? I'm telling you, that's where it goes. It's got to go. So otherwise, I mean, it's a crock of shit.
Anything else behind the camera?
That's all.
All right, man.
All right, man.